Happy Thursday evening, Facebook Live. Joe coming to you, just finishing up my workout here. Late evening, I guess we're somewhere around 10:35 or so here in the evening. We actually had a early dinner tonight. I made a little surf and turf for Kathy, and then we sat down and watched this movie. I want to share these insights, powerful insights about this family, and they were atheists and how they switched over to Christianity, became a pastor. I mean, some deep insights I was receiving here, so I want to share some of that with you. But first and foremost, thank you guys for continuing to show up. I know the night owls will be showing up. Yesterday I tried to show you the owl. We have an owl that lives in the woods over here. They also got the crows, and the baby crows live in the woods. And I just got the tree frogs who are going crazy. And I can hear the crickets underneath our house right now chirping up a storm down there. So I had a bunch of rain here. The whole front yard is flooded. The backyard's like flooded. So all those animals and critters are heading for the high ground. So thank you guys for logging in here. Good to see everybody. Just finishing up my workout today. We mixed up. Yes, I did legs. Today we're doing some bench press, some pull-ups, sit-ups, push-ups, a little bit of the keep that body in shape. How you doing, Aaron? Good to see you. We are finishing up late night here because I ended up doing that movie night. I took a quick nap on the couch after I fell asleep. I was watching. I started getting fascinated with this guy. Lee Strobel's the guy's name. So I got fascinated with this guy. So I started looking his information up. I started watching some YouTube videos and stuff on him. And then next thing you know, I was knocked out for like a half an hour, 45 minutes, woke up, so now I'll be awake till 3 o'clock in the morning. That's good, though. I got a bunch of advertising and stuff I got to put out there for some properties for sale, properties for rent, and all that good stuff. Good to see you, Cheryl. Thank you for all of your hard work and service. I saw, Cheryl, you guys were all honored there at the Danbury Hospital, New Milford Hospital. What a blessing, recognizing all the doctors and nurses. You guys were on the front lines of this pandemic they're calling out there. So we know that this virus is real. When is it all ending? I see light at the end of the tunnel right now, so as a visionary, I see this all coming to an end. But I wanted to share you the story. I mean, some of you guys may have saw this, but the movie was called The Case for Christ. The guy's name was Lee Strobel. He was married at the time. It was pretty cool because it had the old Trans Am Camaros from back in the day as well. And it was based on a true story, which really always fascinates me. When I hear stuff about it based on a true story, I want to know more. So whenever we watch these movies and these documentaries and all that stuff, I always go on Google afterwards. I search and do all the background checks, and that's what this guy was. He was a lawyer. He got his law degree from Yale, New Haven. He had a degree from Missouri, and he also had a award-winning journalist for legal. He used to write for the Chicago. Good to see you, Lynn. Always these late night owls. Oh, you guys are late. I know I'm a late night person too. I'm always up late, man. I don't go to bed before 12, 1 o'clock. You guys see me last night. I was up to like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'll be up at 3 o'clock in the morning again tonight, so no big deal. But powerful insights from this movie. So The Case for Christ, Lee Strobel, based on a true story, came out in 2017 on Netflix. He ended up writing a book about this. 14 million copies sold. It shows you the fascination with people about, they want to know the truth. So I titled this thing, one of the first takeaways was, The Truth Will Set You Free. And that's for all of us. What is our truth? So I'm going to post a link to our free 9-day meditation below here at the end of this video, r1awakening.com. Hopefully some of the truths will set you free, is the intention of this message tonight. So here it goes. He was an award-winning journalist. He had a law degree from Yale. He was a graduate of Missouri. Him and his wife were out to dinner. They were both atheists at the time. And the daughter, I think, was around 4 or 5 years old. And she went over to the bubblegum machine, and she turns the 25-cent bubblegum machine. She puts the bubblegum, she starts choking. The daughter's ready to die, and this nurse comes running over and does the Heimlich, pops it out of her stomach, and the daughter lives. And Jason, Denise, good to see you. And the woman there is like, Jesus told me to come to this restaurant tonight. So the wife gets fascinated by this woman. She was looking dead in her eyes, and she could tell that she was just a woman of belief, and blind faith is what I call that. She was supposed to go to some other restaurant. She ended up going to this restaurant, saving the daughter's life. So now the mother feels indebted to her. She ends up going and reaches out to her. She goes to the hospital, brings her a gift because the woman was a nurse. Said, thank you so much for saving my daughter's life. Next thing you know, she starts going to church. Then the husband goes crazy, who has a law degree, so he wants facts. Lawyers, you guys are lawyers, friends of mine. You guys, I want facts. Scientists, friends of mine, I want the facts. Show me the facts. Show me the truth. Show me the data. Because without it, I don't believe you. So he goes on this 2-year quest behind the wife's back to find out the truth about Christianity. How many people saw the tomb was empty and all these backstories. There's so much information. I'm not going to spoil too much for you guys. I want you to go on there and watch this movie for yourselves if you haven't watched it yet. But the data this guy collects, he ends up getting these big whiteboards. He starts putting up all these posts. He goes to all the top-notch people, top doctors, top scientists, asking them all these questions. He flies all over the country getting this data, and he collects it all up. And there's one guy in his office at the Chicago newspaper says to him, "You're a reporter. You're an award-winning reporter. Go get your facts and write the story on the facts." At that moment, he had an aha moment. So he goes down to his whiteboard where he has all this data posted. He takes down all the notes. And what he finds out is that this was true. He ends up becoming converted from an atheist to a Christian, where he actually became a pastor down in the church in Texas. The guy's still alive. He's like in his 60s right now. I want to meet this guy. He had 2 kids. The one girl that was saved in the restaurant, she went on to write 6 novels. The son who was born during all this craziness, and they were fighting back and forth too, the husband and wife back then. They were getting close to that divorce brink because he wanted things his way and she wanted to continue. She ended up getting baptized, the whole 9 yards. And he wasn't supporting her, so she was on the fence of leaving. They had a 1-year-old baby at the time. And he went on to become an author. He went on to get a PhD and 2 master's degrees. So all this stuff they did as a family, based upon the research the father did, trying to prove the wife wrong, that what she believed in was fake. And I don't know if you guys are, how deeply connected you are out there and how much you believe. But when this guy went and did his investigative reporting as a lawyer, as a journalist, and found all the data, it all added up. And I have to be honest with you, I felt the same way. Did this really happen? I need to find the facts too. I like to do my research on all the stuff I hear about going on in the news and 5G and Bill Gates and all that stuff. I do all my research. I won't spew it out on here, but I do my research. I want to be in the know. I want to understand what's going on. I'm not going to bury myself in it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time in it, because every one of us has a gift, and my intention is for you guys to focus on your gift. Share that gift. Good to see you, Shane. So what else did I write down here? His life work was to share the truth, and that the claims of Christianity, he actually found the truth and became that pastor. Pastoring a church, sharing all this wisdom and knowledge. This guy was super smart, obviously. He was a lawyer and an award-winning journalist. Super powerful, powerful stuff. His daughter was Allison, I told you, had 6 novels. That Kyle was the son, was 1 year old when all this stuff was happening. And I was just like, biggest takeaway. I always like to get takeaways from these movies, and especially when they're based on true stories. Number 1 was, the truth will always set you free. So I believe that when we bend as people and trying to fit in, and I want to please my wife, I want to please my husband, take care of my kids, no. Your truth is your truth. You should speak your truth. Because inside of this thing will drive you crazy. Eventually, in the long run, it will catch up to us. It will be that big gorilla on our back carrying that weight. Number 2, blind faith. You have to do your research. And once you find the facts, have that belief, that undeniable faith that no one's going to take you off your path. It's your path. It's your gift. You should be sharing that gift. And once on that path, now that you have the data, you have the facts, it's not something that somebody else told you. You did your research. Do that every day. Good to see you, Janine. Late night Facebook Live here, East Coast time. We're about 10:45. See, Susie's up late, Ken's up late. These are some powerful, powerful insights for the movie. And the last one was share your gift. Every one of you watching this message has a gift. If you're still here, you should be sharing your gift. Because I believe as you share your gift with other people, they will become awakened. They will end up finding their truth. They will end up finding that path. Maybe you're the one that holds the light so they can see their path. And that is the blessing. Good to see you, Chris, all the way from Arizona. I got a friend of mine moving out to Arizona. Chris, I'm going to hook him up with a solid dude. He was just up in Sedona. A powerful, powerful movie. For many of you guys might have saw this. The case for Christ. So this guy was a lawyer, so he wrote the book as the case, as a lawyer would have their case, right? The case for Christ. And based upon his research, the research showed what happened was true. Because many times in our minds, we want to see it to believe it. How many times do we want to see something to actually believe it? And I gotta be honest, that's me a lot of times too. You gotta show me. As a visionary, I see things that so many people can't see. They're like, I don't see it, Joe. But then when I get it finished and they look at it and go, wow, I never saw that. I know, Paul, when you watch this, you're going to say the same thing. We're doing a fix and flip house up in New Milford. People walked in and said, what is this place? And now it's absolutely beautiful. We got lofts, all completely redone. Good to see you, Aaron, always showing up, brother. Powerful stuff. And I know Denise gets a lot of this stuff. I know she understands a lot of this stuff. So the case for Christ was based on a true story. This guy did 2 years of research behind his wife's back, found all the data, because he was a lawyer, he was a journalist, so he's got to report the truth for Chicago. He left journalism after this. He went on his own quest to eventually became a pastor. Now he travels the country, travels the world, sharing what he learned, sharing the facts, sharing the truth. Because for us that didn't live that time frame, we need to see something. You got to show me something for me to believe it. Most of us. So my intention is to have blind faith. Do your research and believe in you. Believe in your gift. Every one of you have a gift. You should be sharing that gift daily. That'll give you more. As you bless other people, you will be blessed. 10-fold, 100-fold, sometimes 1,000-fold. That's why I continue to show up here. Day 120 of 366. 2 more days this Saturday will be the 1/3 point of 366 days. When I commit to something, I'm committed. When we commit to something, we're committed. So what are you committed to? The rest of this, you're 1/3 of the way through this year. The next 2/3 of this year, everything's going to start. The smoke and mirrors are clearing now. Your path is opening up. Like I said in that post, on my Facebook post on that boat, when the world's going sideways, go straight ahead. When going through hell, keep going. Don't stop. Getting better than you were yesterday along the way. That's our job, to get better than you were yesterday. Not comparing yourself to anybody. Because you are enough. You are good enough. Everything you require is within you. So my intention for this evening is, I'm going to post below, r1awakening.com. You go to that website, there's a free 9-day meditation. I challenge you to do that meditation for 9 days. And journal what you experienced. Get the facts. Because I promise you, by the end of that 9 days, you're going to receive a blessing. But you have to do the work. There is no get-rich-quick schemes. There is no going above and beyond, hurry up and get there tomorrow and taking trampoline and jumping over one thing like Frogger back in the night. There's no Frogger. It's one step at a time. That's the only way to get there. Trusting in the timing, trusting in the process. That's the secret. Get better than you were yesterday, sharing your gift, blessing other people. I know Chris has been doing a great job of this. Aaron's been doing a great job of this. Denise has been doing a great job of this. But we all have that gift. So I encourage you to watch that movie on Netflix. Came out in 2017. The Case for Christ. You're going to see all the data and the facts this guy collects. He goes to the best of the best, gets the data. Data is more important than anything in the world right now. Gold, money, silver. Get your data, and with that you can base your facts. Get your facts, now you have your truth. And once you have your truth, you will be set free. And that's how you're going to live in peace. Because what your mom, your dad, your teachers, and everybody else told you growing up was their truth and what they were told. I challenge you to find out your truth by doing the 9-day meditation challenge. I've been meditating now for 4 years. When I first started this, I didn't believe either, so I'll be honest with you. What can you unlock within inside of yourself, and who can you share that gift with? Because I promise you, sit still long enough. Many of you have been sitting still for 5-6 weeks now. Starting to go a little crazy being in the house. That's why I went out in that boat yesterday, and as soon as you get out in the boat, what do we see? Dolphins. This always happens to me. That is the blessing. When you put yourself out there and move yourself forward and keep going through the storm, keep going through hell, keeping life is sideways, go straight and keep going. Eventually you're going to figure that out. The spiritual data plan, I like that, Aaron. But there's some big stuff getting ready to go down. There's a bunch of people going to be showing up. We're going to be hiring a lot of people to build these senior veteran homes. And there's multitudes of things behind that. The Spiritual Awakening program is rolled out. We have the goals that we set up, tracking our goals. We have a community of people that are going to hold you accountable and cheer you on to assist you to get forward. 100-day goals, 93-day goals, 90-day goals, whatever you want to call it. Do something for 3 months straight. For our group, it's 93 days. Why is it 93? People are asking me, why 93 days, Joe? Because that 3 is a special number to me. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, together we will rise as one. That's why it's we. It's no longer I, it's we. The 4 of us, the core 4. You have the same 4 inside of you. We just have to awaken it. So it's 2020. What is your 2020 vision for the next 2/3 of this year? The country's going to open back up. Are you changing career paths? Are you going to keep doing the same thing you were doing? Are you going to start working on the RISE framework? The recreation, your intimacy, your spirituality, and your execution. And then the as one is, what is your lesson of the day? What did you learn today? And share that within the community. Because as you share your gift, other people will share their gift, and together we will rise as one. And that is the blessing. So thank you guys for continuing to show up. I see all my night owls here this evening, Kenny. This is me. I love the nighttime, man. I'm a night owl. I was up last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, listening to David Hawkins and all kinds of content and downloading stuff, sharing it to the Rise as One group. If you're not in the Rise as One group, send us an invite. We'll accept you into that group. We're closing on 1,000 members. We are just launching that goal-oriented framework that assists you to achieve your goals in 93 days. That will be the blessing for you. This is not Joe's journey, it's your journey. And every day that you're here, your job is to get better than you were yesterday. It's that simple. Thank you. Thank you for continuing to show up. Because I know you're receiving a blessing hearing these messages. Thank you to Dave. I had a conversation today. The voice told me to call Dave today. Deep conversation with him. So as we awaken together, watch how fast the rest of the world awakens, because we're going to raise the vibration, raise the awareness, raise the consciousness. And the people around you by default are going to show up. And when they show up, you're going to show up even harder and faster, more wiser, with the data, sharing your truth, because the truth will set you free. Keep showing up. We are just getting started. We just came out of the starting gates. And when it's all said and done together, we will rise as well. See you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed and fantastic evening.